Our second match of the day, first set, will be played on Naro Station. Spawning in the top right-hand position from Kespa Team 8, the blue Protoss player, his name is Terminator.
His opponent, also a Protoss player from KT Roaster. His name is Zest, spawning as a red Protoss on the left bottom position of the map.
So S&M.
Before the game began, these two players were chatting, and Zest was, I guess, Terminator. I didn't see what he asked, but I think he was saying, I think you could go for all kill today, and Zest was responding with, well, I think I'm gonna get cut off by Tai later during today. So Terminator just responded, well, I'll cut you off right away then.
Terminator saying, either you get the all kill or I will kill you.
4-0 or none at all for...
all or nothing.
Yeah.
There is no in-between.
Well, can Terminator actually do it, or is Zest gonna go for the kill against Terminator?
The statistics point towards Zest having a great record here, and he's on a pretty good overall, I think, vibe over the past round. He's been doing excellent. And, yeah. I got a question for you, though. What do you think Terminator's favorite movie is?
Terminator 2, 3... Only 2 and 3.
Only 2 and 3?
Yeah. 1, he showed up as a bad guy, and 4 is like, yeah, you're fighting against every single machine,
So it's a battle between 2 and 3.
Yeah, I would have to say 2 over 3, because even in 3, Terminator is like, you got the good side and the bad side, and number 2, that was all about the good side.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. Terminator's favorite movie is number 2.
There we go.
T2.
T2.
I'm just, you know what I really want to see? I want to see him, like, recall of his units, so I can be like, I'll be back.
Well, let's just wait until we see a recall in this game, because remember, back in the Zhangbi versus Hero match number, was it 4 or 5?
It was match number 4.
Match number 4 in the previous set.
On Belshir Vestige.
Hero did do a nice recall after eating away on the Colossus, so you might see a recall in this game. But for now, Terminator, he's scouting around the map on the top side of the map, you know, just trying to see if there's any proxy pylons in that position, and also he might hide something for himself over there.
Yeah, he could potentially do that. Zest going for the double gate opening. Get to see the cool engines. This is actually a flying ship that they're playing on here. That probe is there. That's no coincidence it's there. It looks like he wants to go ahead and make some type of proxy tech here.
There's most likely going to be a proxy pylon at very best at this point, unless, if not, then the tech is going to be delayed for some time.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of gas saved up for Terminator as well here. Already up to 200 in the bank. We have Mothership Core on the way for Zest. He's going for that double stalker opening from the 2 gates.
Well, the council hidden. If it's hidden, it's most likely going to be a DT.
Yep, that's what it looks like it could be here. The Mothership Core, it's going to be moving north. What if it goes and scouts that position up there before moving to the right?
Usually the Mothership Core goes directly towards his opponent's base to scout what's inside the main base.
Oh, Star Sense!
Whoa!
Wait, it's going to be very close.
So...
Oh, will he end up missing it?
I think it's barely going to miss it, but we are going to have to check out. So here we go.
Oh, is he going to see it?
He is going to see it at this point.
Oh,
there we go.
He sees it finish at the last second there.
Or even then, Zest was already going for the Robo.
Zest was going for the Robo. Anyway, you can't fool this guy. You can't trick this guy. Proxies don't work against Zest.
Look at Zest's face right now. He's like, well, I got this under the back, and all I have to do is kill him.
I feel like that's like the death stare from Zest here.
I think the the Dark Shrine is actually going to get taken out with the Stalker and the Mothership Core. So behind this, Terminator is going to try to move up the ramp.
Looks like he's going to try to move up the ramp there with some units.
No Stalkers, but there is 2 sentries out.
Okay, the sentries should be able to force here. Oh, the force fields don't happen there. Huge mistake here from Zest. He could have easily put down a force field. He needs to put a force field down now, but he's not paying attention. And the force field doesn't go down. This is allowing the Mothership Core 2 Stalkers and a Zealot. But now there's 3 Stalkers moving through here. Zest, it looks like he forced his opponent to recall there. He'll be back.
He'll be back. Now both players now going for the Robos. Terminator just giving up on the Dark Shrine because he knows that it just didn't work out for him. But Zest, knowing that he is so far ahead in this game, he's throwing down the Nexus.
Yeah. Look at that. The pylon killed off. The Dark Shrine forced to be canceled there. Things are not looking positive for Terminator right now.
It means that he is pretty much supply blocked at this point. He can't go for the blink anytime soon.
Oh, holy crap. Look at this double Stargate from Zest here. I guess if you can stop your opponent from going DTs, you can expand and take a double Stargate. Here, it looks like Terminator wants to grab an expansion as well here.
Yeah, so Terminator at this point cannot risk it. You know, getting another Twilight Council inside the main base is not going to be an answer. He could have made the Dark Shrine inside the main base and tried to make sure Zest stay inside the main base, but that's not going to be the answer. So the best scenario for Terminator is just go Robo, get an expansion right behind it, and play it as safe as possible and force Terminator to make an unfavorable engagement into his main army. But Zest, he's like, well, I'm not going to give you the time. I'm just going to make a lot of Phoenix. I'm just going to lift up every single probe, and I'm just going to finish the game. Force you out of the game.
And Zest sees everything here with this Phoenix, the hallucinating Phoenix, of course. Yeah, I like that he's making a lot of Phoenix right now. If he can hide up to 8 or 10 of them, he wins. He just straight up wins. That's what happens here, guys.
Well, I don't think his opponent is going to scout anytime soon because he's going for the Robo straight away.
Uh-oh, this is actually like... This is worst case scenario for Terminator. He's behind, he's going the wrong tech choice, and he doesn't know what his opponent is up to right now.
This is just going to be an outright onslaught on Terminator as soon as up to 6 Phoenixes finish.
And the thing is, if you're this far ahead, well, alright, looks like Zest wants to move across the map. He doesn't intend on ending the game here, but this Proxy Pylon will go ahead and spot those Phoenix there. Will we see a cancel on the Robo?
I don't know if he actually spotted that in the minimap because
I don't think he did.
Split second, and he might see one little dot and say, "Oh, that's a hallucinated Phoenix."
Yeah, that's true. He could just imagine that's a hallucinated Phoenix. Phoenix now moving forward here. Looks like they want to go ahead and take out that Mothership core. That's going to go down, and now they can just move towards the main base, do a little bit of harassment here.
Not just yet.
He can lift off the Phoenix, or excuse me, the Sentries if he wants to, as soon as he has a few more. Join his army composition. 2 more gateways being added down for Zest behind this. And we also have a robotics bay and a second Robo being built from Zest here as he stops his Phoenix production.
This is just not working out well for Terminator. As soon as the Dark Shrine got scouted, the game was just not going towards his favor.
Wait, is that... Okay. Okay, that's only 2 Robos. I was getting confused there. Alright, well, the Phoenix does scout the Robo, the double Robo in the robotics bay. So at least Terminator can, or like, at least he can kind of figure out what his opponent's up to and try to react accordingly, but that doesn't stop Zest from being miles and leagues ahead of his opponent.
You know, Terminator, he cannot push out on the map because of the Phoenixes. His opponent is going for the double Robo, and he doesn't have enough economy or enough probes to support the Colossus production right now. And if he's not be careful, when the first Colossus comes out, it's going to get picked off by the Phoenixes right away.
Exactly. The Phoenixes are just continuing to scout around the map, being very active. Zest looking for Proxy Pylons, going to take them out. He's chronoing the double Robo behind this, getting 2 Colossus at a time. And we have the Templar tech on the way for Terminator here. I think he realizes that he can't match his opponent's production right now on the air or land for Colossi, so he needs to go for the Templar tech.
He needs to go for the Templar tech and charge at the same time, hit a nice timing against his opponent Terminator, Zest, and just overpower with number of Zealous and the Archons. When Zest does not have enough Colossi to deal with this.
And the problem is it's going to be almost impossible due to the constant scouting from these Phoenix and the double Robo production. Look at this, man. Zest, you can't trick him, you can't catch him off guard, man. Feedback goes down, damages one of the Phoenix, but still no Phoenix end up actually getting killed here.
Well, you do have to use the feedback on the Phoenixes, just trying to hope that one of the Phoenix will get taken out, and then you can morph them into Archons. You're not going to save them up for the Storms at this point.
Zest is grabbing a 3rd base behind this. He's continuing his Colossus production. He should have 4 out pretty soon here, and they may actually end up killing this Stalker here. Nice snipe there. Just, he's completely outplaying Terminator right now, man.
I think Terminator knows the situation that he is in, but he just doesn't want to leave the game because it was so unlucky by him for the Dark Shrine to be scouted on the left top position.
You know what, this kind of reminds me of Hero versus Reality. One player is just far ahead of the other, but the other player is reluctant to leave the game.
Well, at this point, Zest still cannot engage into that because if he creates a mistake with only 2 Colossi, then he could still lose the game. So, He still needs to be careful. He's just trying to play it as safe right now. But once he gets up to like 8 Colossus, he's just going to push out on the map. He might even take a 4th base behind us, knowing that his opponent cannot touch him.
That'd be weird to see him take such a fast 4th base, but you know what? It's possible. We've seen crazier things in PvP.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We've seen a lot of crazy things in PvP,
especially this season.
Yeah, lots of just...
We've seen even some draws here and there because of the DT versus DT.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, Zest, his 5 Phoenixes are still alive and well. Did lose one earlier in the game, but because of these Phoenixes...
Zest not paying attention, though. Still not losing any of those.
Yeah. No blink by his Terminator. Remember, the Twilight Council on the left top position of the map has been taken out. Yeah. So, there's not going to be any Twilight tech for our Protoss player from Kespa teammate.
All right, we have the +1 attack just about to finish for both players here around the same time. And Hadzal died pretty fast there. We have the range upgrade on the way for those Colossi from Terminator. That's going to complete. It's about halfway done. We have a 3rd base finally on the way for Terminator here, but I have a feeling that Zest, he's got a pretty large timing window where he can go ahead and take out that 3rd base.
Well, look at the supply right now. 135 to 112. Zest is already getting saturated up to 3 bases. Look at the 60 probes to 45 probes. His opponent does have a little more Immortals, 3 to 0, but when it comes to Colossus count, 6 to 2.
Yeah, so there's more meat in Terminator's army, but Zest has the firepower. And look at this. That's a lot of gateways being added on there. That's 7 additional gateways going down for our KT Rolster player. And Terminator, he can't match that production quite yet.
Whoa, Terminator, Zest, he's going to push out pretty soon. At this rate, he's just getting a lot of gateways. He got up to 8 Colossi. He knows that his opponent doesn't have that much army out. You know, he does have the 3 Immortals, but only 3 Colossus for himself. And all Zest has to do right now is get the charge, start adding in the Immortals, and go for the 3rd base and kill it.
It looks like Zest wants to get aggressive at this point now. He's got a high Colossus count, adding in the Warp Prism to the army mix as well. I love that decision. We need to see more Protoss players using the Warp Prism and warping in on their opponent's Colossi. That's key in this matchup. So, killing off an Observer as well there. Zest up to 163 supply to the 135 of his opponent here. Warping in some High Templars, going to make some Archons, add them into this army here as well.
There we go.
And so Zest now up to 181 supply to 135 of his opponent. I think that this game is going to end pretty fast here.
Well, we're going to see lasers, and Terminator's army is going to melt.
No, sounds about right. Lasers and Terminator, they go together well, but it's not going to work out in Terminator's favor this game.
Here we go.
All right, looks like our KT player is going to move in here, lifting up one of the Immortals. Time Warp's going down, the Warp Prism dropping a few Stalkers, and the positioning is pretty solid for both players here with the supplies certainly in Zest's favor here. He is just marching forward with his entire army, and he just has humongous supply lead here. There's not enough units for Terminator here. His Colossi are now falling down the 3 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his opponent, and that's going to be a GG. Zest taking game number 1, making it look easy.
Well, the ending was just like Terminator 2.
Yes. There's going to be no return for the Terminator after this game here, man.
Zest taking a solid victory against his opponent, Terminator, as he scouts the Dark Shrine in the left top position of the map. Takes it out pretty quickly, I have to say. And then going for the double Stargate, catching his opponent off guard.
Terminator probably not too happy about that loss there. He got pretty hard. He was outplayed pretty hard. Yeah, so, guys, we have to go into a quick commercial break. Currently, KT up 1-0 over Kespa teammate. The next map will be Core Hall Floating Island. Don't go anywhere. We will be back after this commercial break.